Hey guys, David the Fishing Pastor here, and I'm finally back home. I just got back last night from Mexico, and it was a truly amazing trip. It was a life-changing trip, and my voice is actually still a little bit raw. I spoke, preached, taught, and translated over 30 times while I was there during the entire week, and so my voice is a little bit raw, but it's been truly amazing. And I apologize for not uploading anything while I was over there. I did actually film the 300 sub Q&A video while I was over there in the hotel room, and I just wasn't able to upload it. The internet there, it just wasn't fast enough. So again, I apologize. And we also didn't spend a whole lot of time in our room. We went to some very impoverished areas and fed children and orphans, and you know, went to men's recovery homes, things like that. Just some places with some pretty amazing people. But I will put some stuff together and make another video to show you guys what I was doing over there. But yeah, so again, I apologize for not uploading more. It was a very busy week. Unfortunately, I also did not get a chance to do any fishing. It was, again, just it was packed, and when it wasn't, we had a little bit of free time, and mostly just did some swimming and stuff like that. But there is one more thing before I do cut to the Q&A footage. I did receive these in the mail. I had put an order in to SA Fishing, and I will put a link in the bottom if you want to check them out too. Not sponsored or anything, they're just pretty cool. But these are face shields, and they have videos on different ways you can put them, you know, around your face and around your neck and all that stuff. And I gotta check it out because I don't really know how to use it. But these are like UV protectant for your face for when you're out there and it's sunny and stuff like that. Well, I'm showing you this because I ordered a couple of them. This one's mine. This is the freshwater version they have, and it has some trout and some largemouth bass on there. And I ordered one from one of you guys. So if you sent in a question, I'm going to put your name in a drawing as a thank you for participating and making this video possible, and whoever wins, I will send you a face shield. So keep an eye out for a message or an email, and I'll let you know that you want to get your info to send this out to you. So thanks again, guys. Again, it was amazing. I'll put some footage together for that video of what took place in Mexico. But I'm going to cut to the Q&A footage. I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks again for all your support. You're amazing. God bless you. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks again, you guys, for participating and just for all your support. I really appreciate it. So let's get into the first question. And this is actually a question that has been asked before, but this one's from Teddy Rich. And this question is, where in the country do you fish? And the simple answer is, really, I fish where I live. And I live in Santa Rosa, California, which is, I guess, considered Northern California, Northern Bay Area. And if you don't know California, it's almost exactly an hour north of San Francisco. I've lived in this area my whole life. I was born in San Francisco, and just kind of have lived around San Francisco my whole life. So this is the furthest I've lived, but yeah, it's about an hour north. It's a real good mixture of city and kind of rural and all that stuff. So so Santa Rosa, California is really where I fish in the surrounding areas. If you're familiar, Windsor, Rohnert Park, Petaluma, Healdsburg, places like that. This one is from my buddy at US Bass, and he now has a channel. He's my partner. He now has a YouTube channel. I'll leave the link in the description below. But this one from US Bass is, in the future, do you think you will start doing live streams? And the answer is yes. I want to do a live stream. I actually would have kind of liked to do this as a live stream. I just don't know that I have the consistent following enough for a live stream. I'm kind of nervous about it. I don't know how many people would be on the live stream, so maybe I'd do like a live hangout or something before I actually do a live stream, just to kind of see how it goes. But yes, I would love to do a live stream if there's enough people who would be interested in doing a live stream. And if you are, I'll leave a poll in the cards, and you can say whether you want me to do a live stream or not. But again, I think I'd actually kind of wait a little while to do it, or depending on your on the poll, maybe I could do it sooner. Next question is from Miller Murda, and he asks, what's the biggest fish you've lost or remember losing? And he says, keep up the great work and congrats, God bless. Thank you, Miller, I appreciate it. The biggest fish I've lost that I can remember was a fish on a frog. Actually, I was fishing on my kayak, and I was out at this this place we have here called they call it Three Lakes or Riverfront, and it's a couple lakes there, and then behind you actually have the Russian River. And I was out on one of the lakes on my kayak. All the way in the back there's a heavy vegetation, and I actually threw my frog in. And what's funny is I wasn't even retrieving my frog. It was in the water, but I was actually kind of paddling back out of the vegetation. I had kind of drifted into it, and it was a day when everything went wrong. There was tons of little bugs on my kayak. I had broken a rod that day, and so I was trying to get out of the vegetation because there's a bunch of tiny little bugs like just flowing into my kayak. And as I was paddling out, a huge fish came up and grabbed my frog, and I didn't really notice. And I tried to set the hook, and I missed him. And he actually came back for it, and somehow I couldn't hook him. But I have to say that fish was 5 to 6 pounds, maybe. So definitely that's the biggest fish that I can remember losing, and it's always real heartbreaking. So there you go. Next one is from PNW Bassing, and this one is a couple of questions, actually 3 questions. I'll do the first 2 together, and then we'll do the last one. He says, how did you start your YouTube channel and get it growing at the rate that it is? And where do I fish state-wise? So where do I fish? California, Santa Rosa. But how did I start my YouTube channel up and get it growing at the rate that it is? I started my YouTube channel, I don't know so much of the how, but really the why was because I really, and I've said this before, I have a passion for God, and I have a passion for fishing. And so, you know, I wanted a platform to be able to share that outside of just kind of the norm, you know, the normal thing that I do. So I decided to start up a YouTube channel. And again, I've said it before, I'm not the best fisherman. You know, I'm not the best angler. I can go out there and I can catch fish, and I really enjoy it. But I'm no, you know, expert by any means. I wanted to share the things that I had learned and the passion that I had for it, and hope that I would help somebody, and more than that, hope that I would be able to bring glory to God through what I was doing. And so that's really the why. You know, I've had cameras and stuff. I ended up buying a GoPro. I had this camera that I'm filming on right now from a while back, and so I just started filming videos, and I put them up and got some positive feedback, and so I kept doing it. How do I get it at the rate that it's growing? I don't know. I think it's actually growing pretty steadily. It's not like massive growth overnight, but it is a very steady growth, and I really appreciate that. I'm truly honored. This is my theory. I think that what I offer is unique to others, in the sense that, again, there's you know, maybe like 5,000 different fishing YouTube channels, maybe more, I don't know, and they all kind of offer their own thing. I think the fish and pastor concept is unique and maybe catching to some people. It's kind of different than what you normally see. And to be honest, my channel is more instructional than entertainment, and you notice that if you watch my channel, because I'm a teacher by nature, I'm a preacher, you know. So yeah, so I think that it's unique, and people do find information that helps them, and it continues to grow. So that's at least my theory. Other than that, I have no idea, but I really appreciate it. The next question that PNW asked, he says, do you ever plan on making daily vlogs or uploads like bigger YouTubers? Examples are Fishing the Midwest, AP, Lunkers, TV, One Rod, Flare. And the answer, simply put, is no. You know, those guys, I think they had an ambition to make that their full-time thing. And that's not my ambition. This is something that I really enjoy doing. I really love doing it. But I never in my life see this taking the place of what I do. And I'm going to address what I do in the next question. But no, I don't see myself doing daily. I just don't have the time for that because of what I do. But yeah, the answer really is no. I'm going to upload and stuff as much as possible. But would I do a daily, you know, and also vlogging is a little bit tough for me. It's interesting. I like watching vlogs. It's tough for me to make vlogs. I've made that one, you know, kind of vlog, and I'm trying to do a little bit more of that style, but it's kind of tough for me to do that. So to kind of go into it, the next question is actually from Giovanni Xiang, I think is how you say the last name. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. And there's a couple of questions here. The first one is, how do you handle church and fishing? And so I'm going to address that one first. Church is the priority. Fishing is the secondary. I try to go fishing as much as possible, and the most I can get out usually is 2 times a week, and that's a lot. Usually it's about once a week, because my schedule is really so packed. But I do try to balance, you know, I've tried to balance ministry and family and stuff like that for a long time. So I try to set aside a little bit of time, usually on a Saturday morning, to go and do some fishing. And so, but it does take the priority. If something needs to be done there, then that's going to happen first, and then I can go fishing. It's not my main priority. It's something I love, but not my main priority. Then he asks, what position do you hold at your church? Are you the pastor, or is this your YouTube name? It is my YouTube name, but I am actually a pastor. And I'm gonna explain that, because this year some things changed, but pretty much I've been in some type of pastoral ministry for about 10 years now. I was a youth pastor, an assistant pastor. I came to the church where I'm at now. We actually, about a year in, started a Spanish church, or a Spanish ministry, and I completely took that over, and it sort of became autonomous from the church itself, from the church we were at, and so I was really the head pastor over that. I had my own team. I had, you know, made all the decisions for it and all that stuff. But with some stuff that was going on and some dynamics with families and stuff, we decided this year, and I did that for about 3.5 years, where I was really the head pastor of the Spanish. But what we did this year, at the beginning of the year, is we reintegrated into the English side of our church, and it's a pretty big church. It's about 600 people on Sundays. And so we reintegrated, and so I'm now more part of a team than I am the head guy. I do have one senior pastor over me, and I answer to him. He is really the senior. He's the head pastor. He's a young guy, but he is the one in charge. He's the pastor of the church. But yes, I am actually a pastor. I do hold a minister's license, and it actually does say Reverend David Yanes on it. And all that stuff. So yes, I'm actually a pastor. I do teach, I do preach, I do all the pastoral stuff, counseling and all that stuff. So yes, it's my life, it's my job, it's my passion. So yeah. And then next one is from my buddy Enrique Alvarez. He's actually my fishing buddy. We've gone fishing we need to get out more. I know he lives in my area, and we just kind of never have the same schedule. So he says, when do we get to see more on the water fishing? Soon, hopefully, maybe not. The reason you guys have not seen any kayak videos, and I'm itching to go out on my kayak, but the reason you guys are not seeing any kayak videos is simply because my car is messed up. I've had an Acura MDX, it's the SUV you've seen in the videos, for many years, about 9 years now. And it's run its course. It's a great car. It's a 2001, so it's an older car now, and it's done me well for many years. But it's run its course. It's on its way out, and so lately it's been giving out on me until finally a couple weeks ago it completely gave out on me. And since then I've been driving other cars that are not mine, graciously lent to me. So. I'm not going to put my kayak on somebody else's car and potentially scratch it and stuff. They don't have the bars and all that. So, again, I'm itching to get out on the kayak, but I don't know when I'll be able to. I'm working on getting a new car now, something similar to the Acura. Yeah, so I know you guys like the kayak videos, and I enjoy being out on the kayak. And I've actually gone out on the kayak a couple times. Where I intended to make a video, but I didn't because I got skunked, or it just wasn't good footage. I went out striper fishing actually once, and I came up empty-handed, so I didn't even bother. I don't, if I go out and I don't catch, or I catch something little or whatever, I don't usually post it unless it's been a while, and then I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna post it. But yeah, so. Hopefully soon, and then Enrique, you and I can get out on the water because we got to go fishing. And then the last question sent in by Junior 310. He asks, what got you into fishing, and then do you ever fish for other types of fish like catfish, crappie, etc.? What got me into fishing? Kind of been fishing since I was a kid, in a sense. Go down with my dad. We lived right near the ocean, so we'd go down and do a lot of pier fishing, all saltwater. I was never really the one who fished. I was just kind of there. We'd kind of post up all night and do crabbing and fishing and stuff like that. But I always really liked it. We went bass fishing when I was about 8, and hooked up and caught about 4 of them that day. And it was amazing, but I didn't fish after that for many years. Maybe little things here and there we'd go, but nothing. And what really got me into bass fishing was when I moved up here to Santa Rosa about 4 or 5 years ago. I saw that there was a lake 2 minutes from my house, and I had seen some videos and stuff, and I really wanted to get into it. So for my birthday, a friend of mine asked me what I wanted, and I told him I wanted a fishing pole, and so that's what he got me for my birthday. The rest is history. I got hooked, no pun intended, and just really loved it. I really do love fishing. It's amazing. It's kind of my time. I like to go alone more than anything. I'll go with people, but I like to go alone just to kind of be outdoors and be at peace and stuff like that. So yeah, it was really my dad who got me into fishing. He taught me how to cast a spinning rod and all that stuff. So yeah, my dad, I guess I can say, and then my friend for getting me the rod. And then, do I ever fish for other types of fish? Yeah, not often. It's rare, but sunfish, crappie, bluegill, red ear sunfish, whenever I can. And that's pretty much it. Every once in a blue moon, I'll do some trout fishing up at the river. But I think I tried catfishing once and got real discouraged because I didn't catch anything, and just kind of gave up on it. I never went back to try it again. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Kind of the sunfish and the bass are really kind of what I stick with. But I wouldn't mind, you know, going and doing some catfishing and stuff as long as I kind of knew that I would be able to catch a fish. I don't know. But yeah, so I do every once in a while, and I have some videos on the channel of doing crappie fishing and bluegill fishing and stuff. So yeah, that's the last question, guys. Again, I really appreciate it. 300 subs, awesome. Really excited about this next phase or whatever, next step. You know, on our way to 400 or 500, and eventually to 1,000. So I'm super excited about this. I got a new logo, and if you follow me on Instagram, which I usually have the link or something on the screen, you know, you'll see that I recently got a new logo. I had a graphics artist actually work on the logo, and then I had somebody do videos with the new logo. So yeah, so I'm gonna show you one of those videos with the new logo, because they're actually pretty awesome. They're pretty amazing. And yeah, I will leave you guys with that. So thanks again. God bless you. You guys are awesome. Keep liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing, and I will keep uploading. I will keep doing what I'm doing, and try to do more and try to do better stuff as time goes on. So again, I apologize if you're getting tired of the pond videos and stuff. I can't get out on a kayak right now, but I'll find a way to do something. So thanks again, guys. Enjoy this little video with the new logo. God bless. I will see you in my next video.